Today back on the old bike as we are going to York. The bike space on the train is too tight for the new bike. It is probably only possible to hook narrow rims on the shorter bike. So here I am on the Zokra iRacer on the York cycle track. I'm using shallow wheels on all Pirelli 4-season which are not the best in terms of speed. Somehow there are not many people attending the event today. That means there won't be a split between a faster and a slower race. The track is around 1 kilometer long and has a sharp corner at one end. The first race is 45 minutes plus 1 lap. Russell Bridge in the white Woodstock Streamliner is leading at the start. Slash in the Beano Streamliner is overtaking me and everybody else to take the lead. Ahead of Russell Bridge in the Woodstock Streamliner and Lee Wexfield in his Snug Velomobile. I am in 4th place, followed by Joran Farver on his M5 Low Racer and John Lucian on his Pelso Brevet. This section is probably one of the fastest part of the track. The problem is that it is followed by a sharp corner. I think the two-wheels bikes can potentially be faster in the corner than the Velomobiles, especially as it is not raining, so the track is reasonably grippy. The exit of the corner is a sharp uphill. I am slowly getting away from Joran Farver on his M5 Low Racer and John Lucian on his Pelso Brevet. Russell Bridge in his Woodstock Streamliner and Slash in the Beano Streamliner are still battling for the lead. I am a couple of seconds behind the Snug Velomobile, still followed by Joran Farver on his M5 Low Racer and John Lucian on his Pelso Brevet. Derek Twiddle in the Yellow Donkey Streamliner is a few seconds behind, followed by Andrew Sidwell on his Rat Racer, and Steve March on his Uncycle, who is the fastest uncyclist today. There is now a sizable gap between Joran Farver on his M5 Low Racer and me. Somehow, after a few kilometers, Derek Twiddle in the Yellow Donkey Streamliner is catching up with me. We are already lapping Kim Wall on her Optima Perron Low Racer and Andy Heaver on his Uncycle. Somehow, the Yellow Donkey Streamliner has not managed to overtake me before the corner. Joran Farver on his M5 Low Racer is also closing in. Finally, the Yellow Donkey Streamliner is overtaking me. I am trying to get on his wheel, but there is not much draft available behind a Streamliner. That's it, Joran Farver on his M5 Low Racer has caught up with me. Somehow we caught up with Derek Twiddle in his Yellow Donkey Streamliner and we are overtaking him. That's quite unexpected, as he is generally faster on the flat courses, but the sharp corner is not helping him. Slash in the Beano Streamliner is lapping us, as he usually does. Russell Bridge in the Woodstock Streamliner is lapping us as well. Finally, Joran on his M5 Low Racer is overtaking me, and I am staying with him for the next 20 kilometers. We are now a few laps away from the end. And I am attacking as we are being lapped. We can't know for sure the exact number of laps remaining, as it depends on where Slash is. Slash in the Beano Streamliner is crossing the line for the last lap. I am lapping Kimball on an Optima Perron Low Racer, Somehow Derek Tudor in his yellow donkey streamliner has overtaken Johan Farver on his M5 low racer. Slash in the Beano streamliner has won the race. Ahead of Russell Bridge in the Woodstock streamliner, I am taking the 4th place. Johan on his M5 low racer ends up in 5th place, ahead of Derek Twiddle in the Yellow Donkey streamliner. Then there is a 1 lap time trial. Lee Wexfield here in the Snug Velomobile takes the 5th place. John Lucien on his Pelso Brevet will take the 4th place, behind me in 3rd place. Slash will win it ahead of Russell Bridge in the Woodstock streamliner that we are seeing here. Steve March on his Carbon on-cycle will be in 9th place and will be the fastest on-cyclist by far. Now is the time for the final race. 25 minutes plus 1 lap anti-clockwise. I'm not having a good start as I have trouble clipping into the pedals. Russell Bridge in the Woodstock streamliner is overtaking me. I am not trying to compete with him, as he is much faster. After the first lap, Slash in the Beano streamliner is already leading the race, followed by Lee Wexfield on the Russell Bridge in the Woodstock streamliner. Johan on his M5 low racer is in 4th place, right ahead of me. Andrew Sidwell on his Rat racer is in 6th place, followed by John Lucien on his Pelso Brevet, and Derek Twiddle in his Yellow Donkey streamliner, and Steve March on his Carbon on-cycle. Slash in the Beano streamliner is dominating the race. Lee Wexfield in his Snug Velomobile is still in 2nd place, but he is about to be overtaken. As far as I'm concerned, I am right behind Johan Farver on his M5 low racer, ahead of Andrew Sidwell on his Rat racer, Derek Twiddle in his Yellow Donkey streamliner, and John Lucien on his Pelso Brevet. 20 kilometers later, we are being lapped once again by Russell Bridge in his Woodstock streamliner. He is in 2nd place and will remain in 2nd place till the end of the race. We are also being lapped by Slash in the Beano streamliner. Somehow, we are getting back to Lee Wexfield in his Snug Velomobile. He is 1 lap ahead. My focus is on Johan on his M5 low racer. I don't feel I have the legs for a long-range attack, but I am accelerating in case I can take advantage of the Velomobile. That strategy is not working. Johan is catching up with me again, and we are catching up with Lee Wexfield in his Snug Velomobile. Johan on his M5 low racer is attacking on the inside. That forces me to try to overtake Lee Wexfield in his Snug Velomobile as he is in the way. The problem is that the sharp corner is coming up. Lee Wexfield is suddenly coming up on the inside, so I have to slow down, as I really don't want to collide with him. That does help Johan to create a gap, as Velomobiles can't go as fast in that corner in optimum conditions. I am accelerating again to catch up with Johan. And Lee Wexfield is coming back yet again. Lee Wexfield finally manages to get around 4 seconds ahead. Technically, 1 lap plus 4 seconds. And I am getting a 2-second lead ahead of Joren. It is not yet the final lap, as the bell is not yet ringing. Lee Wexfield in his snug Venomobile is still around 3 seconds ahead, and I am 3 seconds ahead of Joren in his M5 Low Racer. I don't have the legs to go faster, so I am hoping the race is finished soon. The good news is Slash in the Bino Streamliner is starting his last lap, and he is overtaking me, which means I won't have to cycle too much extra time. Slash in the Bino Streamliner has won the race. Lee Wexfield in the Snug Venomobile is third, 3 laps behind. I am in 4th place, 4 laps behind, 2 seconds ahead of Joren Favre on his M5 Low Racer. That's it for today.